Welcome to Yoga for First Responders 30-minute class. We will start with three-part breath. Lie flat on the mat, head at the top of the mat. You can place one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest to help yourself feel your breathing. For three-part breath, I want you to think about expanding. First, we fill with air in the belly, moving up to the ribs and the chest. We'll breathe out the same way. On the exhale, we release the air from the chest, down to the ribs, and then finally the belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Keep going, keep breathing this way. Take it nice and slow. See if you can fill and expand. Try to keep the shoulders down. As you inhale, you may feel the ribs expanding. You want to feel your back pressing into the mat rather than lifting the shoulders. On the next inhale, let's add an arm movement. Inhale, bring the arms up, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, lower the arms. Keep going. Inhale, arms up, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Keep breathing with three-part breath at your own pace. We'll add coherency breathing here. So we'll keep our count of 3 for the inhale, then we'll hold for 2, and then we'll exhale for 5. The exhale is meant to be longer than the inhale. On the next inhale, breathe in, 2, 3, hold, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, hold, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, hold, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Hold, hold. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Exhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, hold, exhale. Let's take one more like this. Inhale, 2, 3, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll move into some reclined twists. So squeeze the legs into the chest just a bit. Open the arms so that they're in the shape of a T. And as you exhale, lower the legs down to the left side. Let them hover just above the mat. Using your core strength here, inhale and bring the legs back to center. Nice and slow here. Exhale, lower the legs down to the right side. Keep them above the mat. Inhale, using your core strength, bring the legs back up to center. Continue, so exhale, lower the legs to the left. Inhale, legs come to center. Arms are straight out, arms are flat on the mat, flat on the floor. You want to keep contact with your back on the mat, your upper back. Exhale, we lower the legs, let them hover. Inhale to bring them back to center. On your next twist, lower the legs, let them rest on the mat for a deeper twist. Take a few full breaths here. Do a silent cognitive declaration. You can say this in your head. I release what I don't need. Say this again in your head. I release what I don't need. Inhale the legs back to center. Drop them gently down to the right. This time letting your legs rest on the mat. You want to aim for taking at least 3 full breaths here. Really feel that ribcage expand. Really relax into this twist. And we'll try a couple more cognitive declarations. I release what I don't need. You can say it in your head. Inhale to bring the legs back to center. Let's drop to the left one more time. Nice deep twist. Inhale, bring the legs to center. Drop the knees with an exhale down to the right. Inhale, bring the legs back to center. Maybe give them a little squeeze, hug them in, and release. Legs can stretch out long. Flip over on the mat to the belly for baby cobra lifts. So using the back muscles and your breath, inhale to lift the chest. Chest is open here, shoulders are down. Exhale, let yourself rest. The forehead can come all the way down to the mat. And reset. Inhale, lift. Shoulders are open, but low. Exhale, return to the mat. Continue a few more of these at your own pace. Even though we're tightening the upper back, you don't want to scrunch up. You want to think about being open here. These are like abdominal crunches for your back. Nice deep inhale to lift. Exhale, let yourself rest and release. Finish up your last baby cobra lift. Place the hands on the mat on either side of the shoulders. Fingers are spread wide. Push up to a tabletop position. We'll do cat-cow here. Tuck the toes. Inhale to slowly arch the back. Gaze up. You can feel like you're pushing the hands into the mat. Exhale to round the back forward. You can lower the chin to the chest. Tuck the hips under. Continue cat-cow at your own pace. Remember, we inhale, push, and arch the back. Exhale, round the spine, curl in, tucking those hips and chin. As you're arching the back and then curling the spine, see if you can feel moving one part of the spine at a time. You can return to a neutral spine, untuck the toes. We'll move to half downward facing dog by reaching forward with the arms. Spread the fingers wide. Hands are flat on the mat. Lower the knees so the hips are resting on the legs. Let's take a few breaths here. On the inhale, you can even place the tips of the fingers on the mat, lift up the palm of the hand, let the whole body come up just a little bit, and then on the exhale, see if you can flatten, deepen the stretch a little bit more. Inhale to lift, exhale to continue stretching. We're trying to make space here to let the ribs and the chest and the back expand. sure you're paying attention to the stretch, making sure it's just right for you. Push into the arms, lift the hips, straighten the legs. We're moving into downward facing dog. Adjust the position of the feet until you feel the right amount of a stretch here. Take a few breaths here. So arms are straight, pushing into the mat. Heels are flat if you can. If it's too much of a stretch, step back a little bit. Widen the angle until you're more comfortable. Shoulders are down. You want to keep them away from the ears. See if you can release your neck. Just let the neck hang. You can even nod the head yes, shake the head no. You need a little bit of help releasing some tension. Walk the feet into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. The arms up, gaze up. Slowly and with control, as you exhale, lower the arms down to the sides in mountain pose. Go ahead and take a minute to check in with yourself here. Make sure the feet are standing hip width apart or maybe a little bit closer. Maybe tuck the chin back just a little bit. Take some pressure off that neck. Shoulders are down. Maybe even do a little tail swipe. We want the hips over the ankles. We'll do 2 rounds of sun salutation. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, outside 90, mini back bend. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back to plank. Hold here. Body is straight. Bend the elbows to lower down to the mat. Push up with the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades for upward facing dog. Push the hips up to downward facing dog. Arms are strong here. Knees can be bent if the backs of the legs are tight. Or just find a comfortable place to step. Let's try some breathing here. Make sure you're breathing in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Walk the feet into forward fold. Reverse swan dive the arms up. Engage the arms while lowering them with control down to your sides. Try one more sun salutation. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, outside 90, mini back bend. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back to plank. Bend the elbows lower down to the mat. Push up with the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Gaze is up for upward facing dog. Push the hips up to downward facing dog. Check in with yourself. Make sure your jaw is relaxed. Keep breathing here. Walk the feet to the hands for forward fold. Reverse swan dive the arms up. And keeping control over the arms, slowly lower them down to the sides. Adjust yourself so you're standing sideways on the mat. Stance is wide. The toes are pointed at 10 and 2. We'll do horse pose warrior drills. Make sure your knees are over the toes. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, lowering straight down, bending the knees in horse pose. Hands can come to warrior grip in front of you. Back is straight. We'll do 10 horse pose squat lifts, just like this. On the inhale, arms come up, legs are straight. Exhale, lower down to horse pose, warrior grip. Go ahead and check the alignment. Make sure your stance is wide. Make sure as you bend down, the knees are tracking over the ankles, and we'll continue like this. Inhale, everything straightens, arms lift. Exhale, lower down to horse pose. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down, keeping the arms strong and warrior grip. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, horse pose. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Last one, and then we'll hold it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower. Hold here in horse pose, and check in with yourself as you breathe through this. It's okay to wiggle the toes, relax the jaw, make sure the shoulders are low. Repeat after me out loud this time. I got this. Again, I got this. One last time, nice and strong. Repeat, I got this. And release, come back to a standing position. You need to shake out the legs a bit, you can. Staying in a wide stance, this time swivel the heels so that the feet are parallel. We'll move into fan pose here. Your hands can reach forward down to blocks if you would like to set them up. You can also just keep your hands on your hips if that's comfortable. Hinge forward at the hips, keeping the back straight. Take a few breaths here. Even in different positions, you can still use 3-part breath. We want to make sure we're breathing fully, we're breathing deeply, that we're slowing our breathing down. Even facing forward like this, you can breathe belly, ribs, chest, and then exhale, chest, ribs, belly. To release, bend the knees, press through the heels to slowly rise back to standing. And we'll try this again. Hinge forward with your back straight, coming into fan pose. Feet are still parallel. If you've got blocks on the floor you're using, it's okay to push into those blocks just a little bit. Taking a couple breaths here. Release, bend the knees, push into the heels, and come back to a standing position. Come to a seated position on the mat. Draw the feet in so that the heels are touching. Spine is long here. Shoulders are down. Feet can be as close to your body as is comfortable. So for more of a stretch, bring the feet in close. If you need a little bit less of a stretch, let the feet come out a little bit away from your body. Inhale, draw the spine up just a little bit straighter. On the exhale, fold over the feet. You don't have to stretch very far here to still get a very good stretch. Silently repeat this to yourself. I release what I don't need. Again, silently in your mind, I release what I don't need. On the next inhale, come up, sit up nice and straight, maybe wiggle the shoulders. Take a breath, exhale, fold forward again. Adjust where the position of the feet is as needed. I release what I don't need. And release. Come back to a seated position. And now find a position where you feel supported. So you can stay in a seated position. You might want a block or rolled up towel to sit on. Or you can lie down on the back. If you feel safe to do so, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze by just moving your gaze lower toward the ground. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. Just notice your natural breathing here. You don't have to force any particular kind of breath, just let yourself be. See if you can feel the natural rhythm of the breathing right now. Now start to shift your breath into your belly. As you inhale, feel your lower hand rise. The chest will stay relatively still here. Keep the shoulders down. On the exhale, do so slowly and fully. You'll feel the belly gently fall. If this is belly breathing, you'll feel it primarily in the belly. We'll begin a countdown from 10 to 0. Each inhale is paired with a number silently in your mind. You'll inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, silently think the number 10. Inhale, filling the belly, expanding the belly. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Continue at your own pace here. Work your way all the way down to 0. Each number is really a chance to slow down, to settle the mind. If you find that your attention drifts, that's normal. Just return to the next number in the countdown. When you reach 0, let go of the counting. Return to your natural breath. Notice any shifts in your body or your mind. Maybe you have a sense of calm or a sense of clarity. There's really no judgment. This is only for awareness. The breath is one of the tools that is always with you, no matter the call, no matter the situation. This is always available to you. We will finish with a few minutes of stillness. So if you're sitting, allow yourself to lie back. Take a minute to get comfortable. Reach the arms around so that they're above your head, flat on the mat or the floor. On your inhale, stretch the fingertips as far as they can go, lengthening the body, very long spine. Wiggle the toes in the opposite direction. So it's like stretching yourself out. Exhale to release. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, everything stretches, fingertips to toes. Exhale, release. Trying to get out any lingering tension here. So you can keep the breath relaxed while you're just enjoying the stillness. You want to allow any thoughts you have to come and go, no judgment. Take a couple final deep breaths in. Release a full breath out. And one more. Inhale, nice and deep through the nose. Exhale. Slowly bring movement back into your fingers and your toes. Wiggle around a little bit here. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes or you can lift your gaze. I encourage you to roll over to one side. You want to get up slowly here, so using your hands, push your way up back to a seated position. And I want to thank you for practicing yoga for first responders with me today.